Hello, this is the video showing how to do a couple of problems from this worksheet that you are doing for practice. You can watch as much of this as you need. You may only need to watch one problem, you need to make two, maybe three. When you feel like, oh, I got it, I'm ready to go, you can start on the practice by yourselves and then maybe check your answers with the video. So I'm going to do 7, 8, and 9. Let's start with 7. So 7 is 6x cubed minus 4x squared plus 15x minus 10. So first off, this is a good candidate for factoring by grouping because it has a degree bigger than 2, and it's not a trinomial, right? It's got 4 terms. So I'm going to go ahead and draw myself a box with 4 boxes, and each term is going to get a box. So 6x cubed minus 4x squared, 15x minus 10. And I am just going to group them together as in the first row and the last row. Okay, and so I'm just going to look at the first row here, and I'm going to try and pull out a common factor. Well, I notice they're both even, so I know I'm going to have a 2, and then they both have a x term, x squared and x cubed, so that means I can pull out an x squared. That's kind of the biggest I can pull out. Now, I can kind of put them all together again and start looking at what are these missing pieces. So I like to think about, okay, well, what did I multiply 2x squared to get 6x cubed? Well, 2 I multiplied by 3, x squared I multiplied by x. Okay, notice that I have another piece of information, and I can keep going. What did I multiply 2 by to get negative 4? Well, that was negative 2. And x squared to get x squared, I didn't multiply anything. So that one's just negative 2. Down here, what did I multiply 3x by to get 15x? Well, I multiplied by 5x. Okay? So now I have the 2 factors on my box. I have 2x squared, sorry, just 5, not x, my bad. 2x squared plus 5, and 3x minus 2. Okay, notice that these are both a lesser degree than 3, so I factor them into easier chunks to work with. And in fact, these don't really have common factors, so that's as simple as I'm going to get. All right, let's look at 8. 8 again here has 4 terms, higher degree than squared, and so that kind of tells me, oh, it's probably one to be done by grouping. So I'm going to go ahead and do my boxes. 5q cubed minus 40q squared minus 4q plus 32, okay? And it really actually doesn't matter where you start with. You can kind of group them different ways. You can start with the bottom, you can start with a row, you can start with a column. I'm going to actually start with a column this time just to show you how it works. So 5 and 4 have no common factors, but q cubed and q have a common factor of q, so really just 1q. And then I can start figuring things out. I multiplied 1q by 5q squared to get 5q cubed. I multiplied 5q squared to get negative 40 by negative 8. And then 1q by negative 4 to get negative 4q. And I can double check and make sure that worked because negative 4 times negative 8 give me positive 32. So my 2 factors are 5q squared minus 4 and 1q minus 8. All right, last one. Let's check out 9. Now 9 looks a little bit intimidating because it's got that nice big number up there. But let's put them in the boxes and group them. Okay, so 28m cubed, 7m squared, minus 8m minus 2. Okay, so let's see. I could do it that way, or I could do it this way. Let's do it this way, because I noticed that 7 goes into 28, so my common factor is going to be 7 and m squared. So what did I multiply 7m squared by to get 28? Well, 4m to the 1, if you want to put your 1. This I just multiplied by 1 to get the same thing, and this I multiplied by negative 2. And I can double check. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. So my 2 factors are 4m plus 1 and 7m squared minus 2. Okay, hopefully you have a better idea of how to finish your worksheet here. If you still have more questions, I'm around to raise your hand.